Good morning, and a warm welcome to your show, Sunny Mornings, Los Angeles. I'm your host, Melissa, and it's Tuesday, April 28th. You'll be interested to know. 25 years ago, today, in 2001, a private citizen named Denis Tito rode a Russian spacecraft to the space station as the first paying space tourist, fulfilling a long-held dream of civilian access to orbit. His voyage marked a milestone in human spaceflight by opening the door to commercial participation, shifting perceptions of who could travel beyond Earth, and spurring interest in private space endeavors. So now you know. And now, it's time for the Surf Report. This morning, it's looking clean with 1+ foot waves rolling in. Conditions stay clean until about noon, then shift to fair with 1 foot waves. By the afternoon, expect it to get choppy with onshore, winds picking up to 8 miles per hour. Waves will stay around 1+ foot throughout the day. Best time to ride is at 6 a.m. with the 3 foot incoming high tide, when the west-southwest swell is 2 feet at 5 seconds, and the sideshore wind is 1 mile per hour. The first high tide on Tuesday will be 4 feet at 8:15 a.m., followed by a half-foot low tide at 2. The nearshore buoy at Santa Monica Pier reads 62 degrees for the water temperature. Conditions start clean with 1+ foot waves on Wednesday, ideal for beginners. Thursday sees a slight increase to 1 to 2 feet, but choppy conditions develop by midday. Friday brings fair conditions with 2+ feet in the morning, though choppy waves return later, making it the most challenging day of the period. This morning, it's mostly sunny, and it feels like 56 degrees with 5 mile per hour wind. The sunset will take place at 7:35, and it will rise again tomorrow at 6:06. Looking ahead in the weather. Saturday will be mostly sunny with highs near 64 and a northeast breeze up to skip. Sunday and Monday warm up with Sunday near 68 and Monday near 72, staying partly to mostly sunny with lows in the upper 40s to mid-50s. A slight chance of rain returns Tuesday afternoon into Tuesday night with highs near 71 and overnight lows around 57. Bonjour, food enthusiasts. This podcast is brought to you by Versailles Cafe and Pastries in Encinitas. Nestled on El Camino Real South, just north of Encinitas Boulevard, this cafe is a haven for culinary delights. Indulge in their amazing Eggs Benedict or their gluten-free crepes. You can grab a panini for lunch or just breeze on through to get your morning coffee. They are open every day from 8 to 5. So stop on by and don't forget to tell them Sunny Morning sent you. In local news, one man has filed 1,800 disability lawsuits against Southern California shops, and store owners are fed up. Court records indicate that a handful of individuals, mostly represented by the same law firm, have sued thousands of local businesses under the Americans with Disabilities Act. Business owners argue they are being squeezed for cash over what they claim are minor violations. However, advocates maintain that these lawsuits effectively push businesses to make their stores accessible to the disabled. Anthony Boyer, a 55-year-old internet marketer, has been on a suing spree around the valley, with at least 231 cases filed this year in LA County. Now on to sports. Cooper Flagg has edged Con Newpel in a close NBA Rookie of the Year race. On April 27, 2026, the Dallas Mavericks celebrated their third Rookie of the Year award. Flagg, the number 1 pick in last year's draft, joins Jason Kidd and Luka Doncic as the only Mavericks to earn this honor. He averaged 21 points, 6.7 rebounds, 4.5 assists, 1.2 steals, and 0.9 blocks this season. Flag's historic performance included a record 51 points in a game against the Orlando Magic. "This is a truly great honor," Flag stated, expressing gratitude to the Mavericks organization for their support. In local sports, the Dodgers are rolling. They held off Miami 5-4 last night at Dodger Stadium to improve to 20-9, extending their winning streak to 3 straight. Shohei Ohtani went 3 for 5 with an RBI, while Kyle Tucker and Teoscar Hernandez each drove in 2 runs. Tonight, LA hosts the Marlins again at 7:10 for Game 3, with Ohtani taking the mound against Jansen Junk. A win wraps up the series sweep at home. Meanwhile, the Lakers are 1 game away from the second round. They host Houston tomorrow night at 7 for Game 5 of their first-round playoff series, holding a commanding 3-0 lead after that dramatic overtime win in Game 3. LeBron has been stellar, averaging 21.5 points, 8.3 rebounds, and 8.8 assists. The Rockets showed some life in Game 4 without Kevin Durant, but LA's got the poise to close this out. Austin Reeves is questionable with an oblique injury. Over on the football side, the Rams finished their draft 3 days ago with some eyebrows raised. They selected Alabama quarterback Ty Simpson with the 13th pick, a future-focused move while Matthew Stafford is still the guy. Mel Kiper gave them a C grade, the 5th lowest among all teams. Simpson could be in line to back up Stafford after Jimmy Garoppolo mulls retirement. In top news, MicroStrategy could surpass BlackRock's Bitcoin holdings within a week. A Bitcoin central bank could rival BlackRock in Bitcoin holdings. Founded in 1988, BlackRock is the world's largest asset manager with more than $14 trillion in assets under management as of 2025. It was among the first Wall Street giants to launch a spot exchange-traded fund linked to Bitcoin in January 2024 after the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission greenlit it. A spot Bitcoin exchange-traded fund allows both institutional and retail investors to gain indirect Bitcoin exposure through a traditional avenue. In business news, when Brian Niccol took the helm as Starbucks chief executive officer in 2024, he promised that the floundering company would be going back to Starbucks. In a world defined by automation, he wanted to return the coffee giant to its cafe culture roots, but he urged patience. Last quarter, Starbucks' same-store sales were up 4% in North America, with overall transactions growing 3%. The company reported that members of its loyalty program were buying more, and casual customers were also returning. Niccol is refreshing more than 1,000 stores, adding more than 100,000 seats back to cafes by the end of 2026. Starbucks is improving customer service by rebuilding its digital app and training baristas to bring the human touch back to their work. In crypto movement, Bitcoin is down 3% to about $77,000. Ethereum is down 4.5% to about $2,000. And XRP is down 3% to $1.39. Moving on to a more local vibe. In our community spotlight on health and wellness, we are working with a national Pilates studio to bring you some free classes, so listen up. Check out Club Pilates, with several locations in the San Diego area. Pilates presents a comprehensive wellness approach, cultivating strength, reducing tension, and elevating mental well-being. Scientific research affirms its benefits. So now you can check out Club Pilates for a free class, with locations in Encinitas, Solana Beach, Oceanside, La Jolla, and more. Just be sure to tell them Sunny Morning sent you by. And now, back to the show. Let's talk tech. Apple Wallet's new digital ID feature has just added more ways to use it. Last fall, Apple launched a new digital ID feature in the Wallet application. Now the feature can officially be used as an age verification method in several cases on iPhone. Digital ID was accepted at Transportation Security Administration security checkpoints in over 250 United States airports for domestic travel. Apple promised more uses in the future. Users will be able to present their digital ID at select businesses for identity and age verification in person, in applications and online. And in entertainment news, the $50 movie ticket has arrived. Theaters are raising prices for avid moviegoers despite complaints from Hollywood studios. One of the best selling points of a night out at the movies has long been how inexpensive it was for 2 hours of entertainment. That is not the case when it costs $50 a ticket. Regal Cinemas recently charged that amount for opening night seats to see December's Dune, Part 3. Eye-popping prices for in-demand movies on premium screens are becoming common. 17% of film tickets sold last year were for premium format theaters, compared to 13% in 2021. Welcome to the new box office reality. Well, alrighty folks, it's time for the quote of the day. And today, our quote comes from the American astronaut and physicist, Sally Ride. And she said, "The stars don't look bigger, but they do look brighter." And that's a wrap for this morning. You can check out our Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok for some captivating aerial videos with local news and the surf reports. Have an amazing day, my good friends. We'll see you tomorrow with another episode of Sunny Mornings, Los Angeles.